Let's see what's on TV.
CP Group started in 1921 when brothers Eggshaw and Silwai immigrated to Bangkok, Thailand and opened the Chia Thai Seed Shop. Since then, Thailand's economy has grown rapidly, and so has CP Group.
Now, CP is a conglomerate with over 250 subsidiaries in 20 countries. It makes over 13 billion US dollars in turnover and 112 million US dollars in profits. Its core business remains to be agribusiness, expanding from the single seed store it was to livestock farming, poultry processing, and prawn culture.
That's all very nice, but I'm very confused about how to go forward. We need to improve our growth and figure out who are the partners we can leverage on. Also, consumers are more and more concerned about food safety, and we need to address that. Lastly, as I'm near retirement, I need a succession plan in place to continue the group's legacy.
Uncle Danan, before we can help you, what are the decision criteria that you have in mind?
Karina, that's a good question. Firstly, as a businessman, I'm concerned about profits. Of course, in the process of making money, it must bring benefit to the society as a whole.
Okay, Uncle, let's start off with the first issue, which is about growth. We are proposing to reduce stake in non-profitable business, starting with Telecom Asia. The telecoms industry is a capital-intensive industry with uncertain profit inflow. Moreover, this investment does not enhance our objective of providing quality food to our customers. Under this plan, we propose to reduce our stake in Telecom Asia by 5% each year, and in return, we will be getting 3% of additional growth each year. This plan will go on in the next 3 years. This gradual reduction in shareholdings will enable us to free up some money to engage in our next investment. Our second recommendation involves integrating SAP into our food business. In agribusiness, very often logistics run high when we try to get the food to the retailer shelves within a short time. On the same note, we often keep excess inventory to anticipate any sudden demand. To reduce cost and wastage, we can implement an enterprise resource planning system which keeps track of past demand data to enable estimation of the future demand. Of course, this system will take into account the lead time required for each of our process. This project will take approximately 2 years. The price tag for it is approximately $8.3 million, which will increase cost by 70% over the next 2 years, after which we will be expecting a reduction in operating costs by 20% and a reduction in cash tied up in inventory by 30% perpetually. As for our partners, we think Carter & Spencer Group could be the consultant for our ERP integration and our partner in logistic operations. Carter is a global trader of fresh food and vegetables with offices throughout Australia, New Zealand, Thailand, and China, who has integrated ERP into its logistics, wholesale, retail, and food service networks. Therefore, we can conclude that there are many similarities between our businesses. Through this partnership, we'll be seeing a 10% growth in profits because we can reap benefits through economies of scale attained via Carter's logistic operations.
I love those ideas, Yuan Wei.
Okay, so now let's move on to food safety. What you said, Uncle, is true, that consumers are very skeptical about genetically modified food. Therefore, we should emphasize the fact that CP's food is GMO-free. We could do this by producing documentaries or news features about CP's food through our media company, Shanghai Chatai TV Productions. Furthermore, we can also use the existing Chatai Biennial Agricultural Fair. We can work with the Thai Tourism Board to promote this fair to both foreign and domestic consumers. We can do this by leveraging on your personal friendship with His Majesty the King. This also helps to promote the CP Group's image internationally. Lastly, we will look at the succession plan. We will look at both the short-term and long-term approach. In the short term, as you near retirement, we feel that you should gradually phase in the most skilled and experienced member of the third generation into your position as chairman, allowing him to get a feel for the job before you retire. In the long term, we feel that CP should not rely entirely on family members, but instead look at the brightest talents out there. Therefore, we propose that CP starts a management associate program that targets the top graduates from agricultural universities throughout Asia, such as the Kasetsart University in Thailand. This program will cost approximately $8,000 per student per annum, including tuition costs and living costs. We recommend that you start off with 20 scholarships and revise this number accordingly in the next few years. This will ensure that CP will always have new blood coming in and will not be over-reliant on the old guard.
That's a good idea, Karina. I've never thought of that.
Before you can implement our recommendations, we need to look at the risks involved and how to mitigate them. Firstly, the problem with the reduction in Telecom Asia's stake is that we could be missing out on any potential boom in the industry. To mitigate this, we could monitor the situation and repurchase the stakes if necessary. Secondly, in any implementation of new systems, resistance will be faced from older employees who are skeptical about effects of changes. To reduce this resistance, we could involve the older employees in the implementation process so that they can get a sense of ownership in the new system.
Thirdly, our recommendations to improve the perception of CP's food safety might garner a low reception rate. If this happens, we can try other forms of media, such as newspapers or magazine articles. And finally, internal conflicts might arise within the family when implementing the succession plan. To ensure family unity, we should discuss this with the family and make sure that there is a consensus before proceeding.
Thank you, Karina and Yuan Wei. I'll take your proposal to the next board meeting for discussion.
Thank you for listening, Uncle Danin. See you at the next family gathering.